Sam, Alex, David.
Good.
We're Passive Fix from Birmingham. We're a rock band.
Sam's the guitarist.
I'm the guitarist.
I sing and play saxophone.
I'm the drummer.
And we're professionals.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. When did you all form a band?
This is, it's an interesting one. I think, so like Passive Fix, the name, I used at uni when I was just writing music, very much on my own. But then found these guys in like 2022, right?
Yeah.
And they were like session musicians for one gig.
Which I couldn't play.
Yeah, Sam didn't even come in the end. And then eventually we just became a proper band. And we had like 2023 playing shows. And then 2024 onwards, we've actually been trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that you all had like different music tastes coming into the band, or were you all quite into rock straight away?
I think we're all like fundamentally different, right?
We all like rock.
Yeah, I think rock is the one thing that like binds us together, but we do all have very different tastes, and also different tastes in rock music, I think.
Yeah, that's true. You love like
I love like hip hop and like grime rap music, as well as like rock and metal. And then you're just like a metal man.
Yeah. Sam doesn't really listen to music.
I listen to all music. I don't discriminate.
And we all had we went to a music college, so we all listened to loads of different types. So it was easy to sort of get into one together, wasn't it?
That's all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that there's any artists that have like specifically inspired you?
For me, 21 Pilots was like the big band for me.
Yeah, Frank Turner got me into music, but it was a band called Pet Needs that made me want to pursue like a band as a career.
Yeah,
which is weird. Very specific gig, but it was a good gig.
We all saw them together and had like a proper bonding moment.
Who got me into music? I don't know. But as a drummer, as a drummer, I think Sleep Token inspires a lot of my drumming with Passive Fix. I can't think right now who got me into music.
Would you say that with your music there's like a specific emotion that people can drive from it, just that is what my final project's on?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Hate, no. We do a lot of stuff on like acceptance and like loving yourself and those around you.
Yeah, like
sounded.
Be yourself is sort of a big message. So we want to feel accepted, and like especially at live shows and stuff, we want to create an environment everyone feels comfortable. We
want the little guy to be heard.
Yeah, okay, that's new to me.
Like Slumlord and Lockjaw and
that's true. Yeah. I
Lost Cause.
I may go off the rails right now with the context of the question, but no, it's gone. Okay.
Good one. Thanks. David, anything? No.
Sorry about that. I had a really good point.
Yeah. So loving yourself was like the main message that you would say you put out there.
Yeah, I think so. Like we occasionally we don't try and be too like political in our music, but all we really care about is just like human rights, just everybody being equal. And
it's an oxymoron in a sentence, that one.
Well, to me, human rights aren't political at all. So, good point.
Yeah. How would you say that when you are doing a gig that you get together, like, is the perfect set list? Like, what songs you end up picking? Is there like a specific theme in songs that you end up picking for like different gigs?
There's definitely a flow. We have to think about
in terms of how we shape the set.
Yeah, like energy as well.
Yeah.
You do too many soft songs together, people get bored.
It varies as well. With the tour coming up, we've relatively recently had to put together the set we're going to do for that, which is we with the headline set you can be a bit more playful with the energy, whereas when we're doing support sets we kind of just stick it up as high as possible for the whole set and try and absolutely
we didn't have many soft songs until we've got like one on this EP that we're about to release, and I think a headline show that would be great because people will know it, but if you're at support there's no guarantee they will. So like you say, mosh pits and shouting the whole time. Really.
Would you say that there's a specific song that gives you that kind of rush when you are performing to a crowd as well? Like something that really brings the energy up?
Maybe Set the Tone.
Whatever song we're doing at the start of the set as well.
Yeah. You get that, like, I don't feel like we get too nervous before shows, but feel we're over that. But
yeah,
the first song is always, you're very alert. Aren't you?
It's the sort of, I mean, in terms of like being like stressed out and nervous, I think you get the nerves before you play.
Yeah.
And then the second you hit that first note, it's just go through the motions and
That's why I think Set the Tone, because you always play Set the Tone like last. I think at that point, for me anyway, it's like, oh, I did it. Like I made it. I can relax now. I don't have to be tense anymore.
Or it'll be this is going to be a long debrief.
And also these two, like I can't because I'm not a drum kit. But in Set the Tone, these two just like jump into the crowd and sort of like march through the middle, which I think is always fun levels of energy.
Yeah, at our size at the minute, we don't play many shows with barriers, so we're all good to just jump.
We did one, and he just vaulted it.
Yeah,
parkoured his
I
way
like killed my back, and then the stage was like
massive,
almost
so
my height high, so I had to like go with a mic in mind.
It wasn't graceful.
No, I'm gonna be like. The day we can't do that anymore is going to be sad.
Yeah. We do it because
still do it. You'll just have to get like a log over. You're fine.
Alex has gone rogue.
Just no mic.
Because we play with IEMs as well. It's at the end, after we finish, or like sometimes I'll try and pull an air out during the last song so I can sort of actually hear the crowd and feel the energy. No, because you're a bit isolated the rest of the show.
Yeah, like IEMs, like the headphones, because most people play with wedges. But we play so much better with the IEMs in. But you really can't hear the crowd at all. You get people like, because we film every show we do, so you occasionally hear on a GoPro someone's just like shouting at you, usually good stuff, but you just don't hear it. So good.
Usually.
Would you say alongside that, like, what has been the most powerful moment when you have been performing? Like, what really made you say, like, oh yeah, we've made it? Do you say?
Oh, that's a good question. Anything spring out?
One moment that always sticks out to me is when we played a tiny festival called Loop Fest in Shrewsbury, and we were like the first acts of the whole festival, and it was on like a really rainy Friday night, and there was about like 12 people there. And we played like in a castle ground, so it looked really funny. Afterwards, we got a song called Lockjaw, which is basically about trans rights. And one of the like bartenders, I think, came up to us afterwards, and don't know if like they were trans or non-binary, like what was going on with them, but like they just said thank you. It made me feel really accepted and like seen for someone on stage to be shouting that out. So that was a nice moment. That made me feel good.
It's always stuff like that when you've sat in your bedroom and written a song that's meaningful to you, and then it connects with someone. Because we get a lot of messages on social media of people just being like, "Oh, I love this song," or like, "Thank you, this means so much," and you're just like, "What the?" So any live times?
We've had. I mean, it's not a live one. It's one of the ones from. It's only this last sort of 12 months where we start the feedback's been sort of visible really from people commenting and everything, and a couple of people have said something along the lines of, "Your music is the reason why I'm still alive," something like that.
Yeah, that's
crazy. That makes it feel like such a sort of responsibility, and it really makes it feel worth it what we're doing.
Because we haven't played many shows in a little while. We kind of, everything started going really well for us. I'd say like July last year. Do you think?
Yeah, it was May, July time. Everything really picked up.
We played like 1 or 2 shows where we actually had fans there for the first time. But then we've been trying to starve them for this tour that's coming up, so everyone just goes to those shows. So I think this is going to be the first time where we really are on stage and are like, "Oh God, everyone knows the words." So hopefully that happens then.
And is it the 3 dates that you've got for the tour as well?
Yeah. The challenge of actually selling tickets as a band is really tough, because obviously everybody tries to get their friends down, but we're like, no, we're going to see in 3 random cities if anyone will come. And they are.
Yeah. So, also, we're only friends with each other, so that wouldn't really work. We're already going to be at the shows.
Where are you performing, just for everyone that'll be listening?
So we're doing Bristol, Birmingham, Manchester, So Birmingham will be the hometown show. Playing a venue called Dead Wax there, which is our favourite in Birmingham.
Yep.
Bristol, we're playing a dirty basement show called The
Exchange.
Exchange. Yeah.
Which is
And
going to be amazing.
Manchester's at a place called Retro, which we've never been, but I've heard good things.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm.
It is good. And are all of yous playing, is it in May?
Yeah.
What the concert is?
First, second, third of May.
Yeah. And then I'm sure we'll do a tour a few months after that as well.
Yeah.
We're in the planning of that.
Yeah. Who would you say, I'm assuming that you've been openers before, so who would you say that when you've opened for someone has been like the best experience for you all?
Battlesnake.
Oh, that was a good show. That was such a good show.
We opened for this Australian rock band called Battlesnake, who are
Weird.
mental. like we were about to go on stage, and the lead singer walked past me with like a Bible in his hand, and I was like, "Is that a Bible?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's for the show, bro." And then he like at one point he just opens it and starts reading from the Book of Revelations, and they're all in like weird priest outfits and stuff.
The whole crowd, when he starts reading, the whole crowd
Like,
got down,
get down,
bowed to
like,
him.
like-
It was so weird.
And then at one point, I swear, I looked away for like 5 seconds. I looked back, and the lead singer's like hanging from the roof in his underpants.
Yeah.
And then
Battlesnake branded speedos on.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then a vaccine denier like crowd rushed the stage and started shouting into the microphone about how vaccines are.
Yeah, but that was a plan.
What was it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think it was.
No, it was.
No, she was battered, mate.
No, it was a plan.
Oh.
No, it
Well,
wasn't.
we'll
Okay,
debate
anyway,
this
whole
later.
song
we'll
was
get
about
into
it.
we'll get into this later.
It wasn't someone actually rushing the stage. It was a plan.
We did also play with a band called Sick Joy very early on when we started, and I've been a fan of them for ages, so it was cool to play with them. The show itself, the venue let it down real bad.
Yeah.
We're basically playing with like kitchen lights on. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
But they were really nice.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that was a cool show.
And we supported the Future Heads.
Oh yeah,
Luke
Luke First.
First, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Where would you say is your dream place to play?
Ooh.
Glastonbury. Glastonbury is mine. Will always be.
Yeah.
Rock City as a venue would be.
Rock Cities, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Rock City so much.
Yeah, we were primed and ready to go there the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
We thought a band had dropped out of the show, and our mate and sound engineer works at Rock City, so he was like, "Huh, wanna come?" And then we didn't end up going.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, big shows. I want to say specific ones like Ali Pali
Ali
or
Pali would
something,
be
but
amazing,
literally
yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
give me
Anyone?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't. We played O2 Academy 2 in Birmingham before,
That was sick.
but it was a bit of like I don't know. It was a bit of an old gig. I feel like going back there, like
To a
in
crowd of
more
rock
like
fans.
yeah, like would be like a sweet moment, like a bit of a full circle one.
We
Yeah.
supported a Prince tribute band there,
Yeah.
which was just strange. It was like a big full room, but they were all just like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah, I came to listen to Prince songs, and
Yeah.
now you're
You're
screaming
shouting
at
at
me.
me.
If you have someone feature on an album of yours, who would you pick?
Oh, that's a great question. I
Thank
we're
you.
all answers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely going to be the most passionate about this.
There's so many. I think Sam Carter from Architects would be very cool. He's just got such a mad voice. Although maybe his voice is too good. So
You don't want to get shown up.
yeah, or like I have to sing it when he's not at the shows, and then just mess it up. But Sam Carter would be cool. Cool.
You go, Sam.
I've got no one specific.
What's his name? Ollie Sykes.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Yeah, Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then we'd be a huge band immediately.
Yeah.
So, Vessel
And
from-
the same question reversed as well. So if you had a feature on someone's album, who would you pick?
Sabrina Carpenter.
just from audience
In terms-
perspective.
in terms of business, yeah. Probably Loathe. They were one of my first favorite heavy bands, so that would be so cool.
Yeah.
You like Don Broco or something?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Kendrick Lamar.
yeah, that would be sick actually. Yeah. Feature drummer on a
Spirit
Kendrick track.
Box.
Yeah.
Spirit Box have done loads of. They collab with Megan Thee Stallion, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the right person?
Yeah.
That was cool. Maybe her.
What would you say inspires the videos that you release like to go alongside your music as well? Would you say that they're all like related to the lyrics, or is there anything specific that you always have in imagination?
Both, isn't it?
Yeah, we try and when I'm coming up with the ideas for the videos, as is the case, I try and find a lyric that I can have a moment in the video that very obviously links to a single lyric, and then
Yeah.
I'll just build the rest of it around it.
Yeah.
The Dark Stars one,
Was that just completely wrong?
the whole
It's just-
concept came around a single shot that I got in my head,
Right.
which we kind of ended up doing. It was sort of the closing shot that we had. But I was just like, I need to find a storyline that will let me shoot this shot. And we did, but we didn't end up getting the shot, but we got the storyline, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes, like with the music video for A Teardrop Away, it was. Oh no, that was nothing to do with it either, was it?
That was all your idea.
Yeah, well, that was sort of to do with it.
I can't
It was
remember.
like,
I can't remember what the video was about.
yeah.
It was raining.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like.
Oh yeah. And then we came up with an idea that linked to the lyrics, and then we just spun it and made it just like weird and funny.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like expand on it as much as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sam's the video guy.
Mm.
We thank you, Sam.
I own a big camera.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my credentials.
You got high vis.
I do have a high good practice.
What advice would you give to like smaller bands as well that are probably starting off and don't really know like how to get a foot in the door? Would you say that they should have? Basically, I'm doing a section on my website called whether someone should like have a label or shouldn't have a label, and then talking about like from it's called Garage to Glastonbury. So like how someone can go from like a really small band and then like get the foot in the door and obviously become bigger. So if you've just got like any advice towards smaller bands or anyone that wants to start out in music.
Yeah, we'd love a label.
Yeah,
Don't get me
I think
wrong.
it's quite romanticized, the idea of being unsigned and fighting the industry,
Yeah.
but we'd love to have a
I
label.
do think that there are, especially when you're really small, there are people who are like quote unquote labels.
Yeah, or
Who-
quote unquote managers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we've had a couple we've had one quote unquote manager. I don't know. I think saying that they're just after your money is a bit like unkind.
Most
Like-
of them have good intentions.
Yeah, but like it's not actually.
doing much for you.
Yeah, like So yeah, I think holding out for a proper label is worthwhile.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to do the work for you.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
we've got a real fan base and we've got some real traction moving at the moment,
Mm.
and labels have still come back to us and said that we're not there yet. We've not proven why they should invest.
I think you want to be in the powerful position, so you
Yeah.
want people to come to you and say, "Do you want to work with us?" or something? Because I feel like they will just try and take some
Yeah.
money out of you.
on the label and management front, if it sounds too good to be true or it's come out of nowhere or they're asking you to pay lots of money, avoid it.
Yeah, we've had like a couple of managers
Yeah.
where some of them were great, really nice people, but we are just giving them money and there's nothing they can do for you. That's like they can't get you on any tours or anything if you can't sell any tickets. It all comes down to that. So social media would be my tip. That's how we got anywhere.
I think that's all. Yeah, it's, don't be scared of being cringe or cliche.
Yeah, we still are.
When you're first starting, I think it's important not to lose track of the fact that it should be fun.
Yeah.
But I think the main one is every bit of advice any of your idols say about what they did and how they got big is probably not relevant anymore because it's changing so fast.
Mm.
Like we have to change up how we do things every 3 months.
Yeah. And just put the effort in. If you really want something, go for it, because we literally just ditched everything else and we're just like, right, all our eggs.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's like 12 answers for that question.
Oh, it's good. It's like giving enough. I'm writing like an article alongside of it, so it's going to be good to like put in the article and have the video separate as well. So it's really good. Thank you. With like along the side the same thing as well. When you come to say like a mental block when you're writing music or when you're going to perform, how do you get over that, and how would you like suggest if people are coming to a mental block to like help push through it?
In terms of writing,
just go do something else for a while.
Yeah.
Back to it.
sometimes the more songs you write, particularly when you start working with a good producer, the more you realize it's a skill that you have to learn. It can't all be from inspiration.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't feel inspired, but you're like, right, I need this chorus to be done, or I need to figure out what's going on with that. And at that point, it's like learning an instrument or being good at anything else. You sort of learn that the more you do it, and you learn ways to cope with it.
Yeah, I think writing wise, like you say, fresh ears, we call it, is a really important thing. It can even take 10 minutes to just have a cup of tea, watch something, come back, and then it's like you've never heard the song before, and you'll be like, oh, that bit's crap, or this bit's really good.
And show it to other people. I think sometimes you'll spend 3 hours hyperfixating on one section.
Oh god,
and you're like, this is terrible, I know what I've done. And you show it to someone else and they go, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh no, it does. Or they'll say, how about this?
The block I get most is trying to find, like, a lot of the time now I'll write a demo and I now won't try and make it sound perfect, because before, as like a producer, I'd sit there being like, this doesn't sound right, this doesn't sound right, and then all the inspiration would go. So I'd say, like, what's a nice way of saying shit out a demo?
Shit out a demo.
Shit out a demo. And don't worry about it, and then come back and make it sound good after.
Yeah,
get all your inspiration out.
It's easier to edit something when you have something rather than like.
I think that's another point to remember, is that because I was a Indian rock producer before we started doing the band. Not Indian rock. Indie and rock.
Oh right, okay. Was that why? I don't know.
It was my niche. But at some point through your musical journey, you will end up working with a producer, and you know that they're good when they start telling you to cut bits out of your song, or they tell you to and it's a good. You'd spend hours and hours getting your demo sounding absolutely perfect, and I'd come along and go, get rid of that, double that, get rid of that.
Like broken heart.
And it'd be way harder when you spend so much time on it to sort of see it objectively.
Yeah, and I still, when I show these guys demos, I'm like, now this doesn't sound great. Just ignore the sound quality.
We know.
Yeah,
you told us yesterday as well.
You're playing it through a very cheap speaker.
Sorry, you said it so fast that the transcripts I picked it up as an Indian rock producer as well. I'll go through, I'll edit when I'm publishing it. I'll have to like take it out and put it as indie rock instead of Indian rock.
That's going in his portfolio.
Yeah.
It's right at the top of the bio. It should be. It's really good.
That'll be my early career.
I've got like one more serious question, and then for the last like 5-10 minutes, they'll just be light-hearted, I promise. So is there any song in specific that you think holds like a special place with you personally? Obviously I know that you mentioned before that when you were playing at the festival that there was like someone on the bar that came forward and said that like this song was for me. I love it, thank you so much. Just wondering if there's anyone that like you perform that is personal towards you as well.
That one definitely.
Yeah.
Lockjaw. It's one. I think it might be our top song on Spotify at the minute or something.
Yeah.
Great because of the meaning. That just having people care about that and that affect other people is really nice. So it's nice to sing that and see people shouting it back at you. That's cool.
How Much Is Enough, which is out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first song in a long time. When we first heard the demo, all of us were jumping around excited. That song, we all had a bit of it was another step really, where all of us were like, oh man, this could be the song.
Yeah.
We've only played it live a couple of times and it's been proper ropey.
It's time to practice now.
But I'm really excited to see how that gets received, and I'm really excited to play it on the tour. And every time we play it in rehearsal at the moment, I'm just buzzing.
Yeah. There's the soft song I was talking about on the new EP, which is out on the 11th of April.
Yep. Nice.
Professionals.
That was a second plug in about 2 minutes.
That one's nice. It's called Hate Me, and it's from this joke I had with my girlfriend. When we first got together, every time I thought I'd annoyed her, I'd be like, do you hate me?
We've written doing that.
Yeah, we've written this really emotional song about it, which is funny. But that feels like such a different song to perform, because I am just stood there like singing. I'm not like headbanging or saying like kill each other,
Yeah.
Actually, just it's nice and emotional. So I think that we've only done it in practice so far, but that feels quite meaningful. Any for you? I guess you're hitting stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
It's
There's
kind of-
one song that actually there's a pretty good chance we're never going to release, but we did it for a like an album we made for a uni project called "I Heard the News."
Yeah.
And it's
That's
like
cute.
it's like a love song about this period of our lives, basically, but like about this period of like the period of our lives, and like
Smell the roses.
smell the roses, and sort of like even if this all fizzles out and like we all go and become like accountants or whatever, like this is going to be such a nostalgic period of our lives. So yeah, I don't know.
We'll stick that on the album.
That
It's
means
nice
a
to
lot.
listen
That means
to.
a lot to me.
Maybe like a deluxe album.
Like a deep cut.
That's where that song belongs.
Yeah.
Just as the last song.
It's the only song I've ever written for the band.
I hate it so.
I still remember hearing the first ever demo for that. I remember feeling it.
Yeah, it's proper cute. That was so sick.
That Family Guy sketch.
Rico wrote a song right here on the fridge.
Yeah,